In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks. John Muir.
Everyone, it's Saturday, August 3rd, about 8:30, and I am heading to Durango. Finally, feels kind of surreal to be out here after all the planning and work and heading out into the wilderness. Well, not exactly right now. It's kind of a busy road, but soon I will be on the trail, and yeah, looking forward to the adventure. This one's for you, Dad.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no...
Boy, segment 3 finally has some trees after segment 1 and segment 2 in particular, with the burn area where they were hot and dry, and segment 3 we have a few more trees in here, so it's been nice this morning.
Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is a race. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day to
It's almost 3 o'clock and I'm about maybe 9 miles in from Kenosha, and decided to set up camp here. It looked like it was going to start raining, and sure enough it did right after I got the tent set up, and you might even be able to hear it. I didn't want to go over Georgia Pass with, there's a little bit of lightning, so I didn't want to go over the pass, which is about 2 miles from here. So I got everything parked in the tent, staying dry. So it was a really good day of hiking. I really kind of wanted to go further, but felt really good today. From Breckenridge, and getting there a little early, but I did 20 miles yesterday to try to get to Breckenridge a little early, get an extra half a day of rest, and head over to REI and see about replacing some gear. And oh, this is beautiful. That is Breckenridge ski area, and I'll be there in a couple of hours. Saturday, and I am just carrying a day pack today to go over the 10-mile range. I started about 7 o'clock this morning, and it's kind of a cloudy, overcast day. I think they're calling for rain. Hopefully we can get up and over this thing before it starts to rain. It's about a 3,500 foot climb, so it's going to be some good exercise today. It says I have about 1.5 miles to get to the top, and we've been climbing hand over foot practically for the last half hour. You can see the trail down there. That's about, well, not even a 1/4 mile. We're going up pretty fast, and you can see the valley down there, a little bit of Lake Dillon. So I didn't look at the elevation, but I think we're going to top out at 12.5, so it's starting to rain a little more. But we're getting close. Top of 10 Mile, looking toward Copper Mountain. You can probably see it down there. And yeah, we just came over the ridge here. You can see clouds coming back over, but the sun came out. You can see Copper, and you can see over there toward the Quandary Peak area. So boy, I'm so glad the sun came out. We got the views, and it's absolutely beautiful up here. Heading down the trail here toward Tennessee Pass. Should be there later today, and walking through Camp Hale here in a couple of miles. And the ankle is pretty sore this morning. I'm not hiking very fast, and hopefully maybe I'll just work it out. We'll see how the day goes, but it looks like a beautiful day today. There's something in the water in segment 9. There's a whole bunch of misshapen pine trees like this one. And that one down there. Back on the trail, and just about a couple of miles in here at Twin Lakes, and just took the cutoff to go to Collegiate West, or go the Collegiate West route. Should be pretty spectacular and pretty rough, but I'm looking forward to it. just underway. It's about 7:30. We camped in this really beautiful valley down here. And if you can kind of see it, I know the sun's probably in the way there, but today I'm headed up to Cottonwood Pass. Another 2,000 or 2,500 foot climb, but ready for the challenge. It's going to be a great day. At the top of the first of 5 saddles today on Collegiate West 3, and it's just spectacular up here, as you can see. Saddle number 2, and everything is just spectacular. Saddle of the day. The third and fourth saddles have been pretty steep walks, but the scenery's been just awesome. It's like walking through a postcard. 5th saddle of the day. I think it's the high point on this segment at just under 12,900, and every saddle we've crossed has just been incredible. Take a look. Months ago, I was sitting in a clinic in Breckenridge, and the doc was trying to diagnose a injury to my ankle, and she said I needed to get off the trail for 5 days. So I took her advice. I got off for 5 days, and I got back on at Copper and made it to Twin Lakes barely, and decided to hop off again and try to get my ankle healed up. After another week and a half, I got back on at Twin Lakes and felt really good. Made it to Cottonwood Pass, but had to call it a year in 2019 at Cottonwood Pass because I ran out of time. And today, July 9th, is my first day back on the trail. Got on at Cottonwood Pass, and it was an awesome day. I'm glad to be back in 2020, and hope this year is the year I get it done. today is town day. I'll be getting to Monarch Pass in about 9 miles. Camped up here at Hunt Lake. It's absolutely beautiful. And I'm looking forward to a Coke and some real food. But first, I've got another pass to climb, which is par for the course. Every day there's 1 or 2 or 3 of those to go over. But once you get to the top, it's absolutely beautiful. Back on the trail after taking a rest day in Salida, and I'm about 3 miles in from Monarch Pass. So I got a few miles more to do today. It's supposed to have some thunderstorms rolling in this afternoon, so I'm going to try to hit camp about 1 o'clock or so and try to get set up before the rains come in. So right now it's a beautiful day. It's great being out here. About half a mile or so from Marshall Pass, which is the end point of segment 15 and the beginning of segment 16. And had a little bit of rain yesterday, some thunderstorms, but I had my camp set up, so I was able to just sit in the tent and wait it out. Even rained a little bit off and on during the night, so it's nice and cool this morning and no dust on the trail, so on to the next camp. Just broke camp about 15 minutes ago here at Tank 7 Creek, and we're on our way up to Baldy Lake today. Rained a little bit last night and some clouds rolled in, so it's kind of overcast this morning and actually sort of muggy. Everything is wet, so I'll be ready to get up to the lake and get everything dried out. morning. I'm about 2.5 miles in from camp, just getting started today in segment 18. And I met Bruce yesterday at the highway where segment 17 ends and segment 18 begins, and he brought some resupplies to get me to Creed, and also took me into Gunnison to get a burger and fries. So it was a good resupply stop, and yeah, I appreciate him doing that. So today is a long day. Mileage wise, I'm hoping to get just about 20 miles in. I think it's going to be a lot of road walking, so not a whole lot of elevation gain today. But it should be a good day. Last night I camped at Cochetopa Creek, and that was quite the deal. I got my tent set up and it started raining just about when I got it set up, and then just gale force winds came up out of nowhere and knocked one of the poles of my tent down. So I had to get out in the rain and fix that. And so I wound up having quite a bit of wet gear, but I made a stop earlier this morning when the sun came out and got most everything dried out. And so that was probably the wildest night on the trail so far. Almost to the top of this last saddle, and of course it's gonna hail. So I'm gonna keep going and get over to the other side. Hopefully it'll stop soon. I just started my hike this morning, and today we're headed over to Spring Creek Pass, where I will be picked up and heading to Creed for a zero. Looking forward to some good food and a bed. And in between here and there, we're going over Snow Mesa today, which is part of why I'm leaving early. It's about 6:30 right now. It's a pretty large expanse above timberline, and just want to get through it before any potential storms today. Got a big climb coming up here in about half a mile. Got to climb up about, I think about 1,600 feet in a couple of miles, so it's going to be a grind. But after that, it should be pretty good. I am back on the trail after a couple of extra rest days in Creed. Wasn't scheduled to do that, but there's been a pretty heavy monsoonal flow hanging over the San Juans the last week or so, and I decided to give it a couple extra days and see if it will kind of pass over. It's been raining every day for the past week or so, so I just wanted to try to avoid all that, or as much of it as I could. I'm ready to get back on the trail, glad to be out here, it feels good, and ready to get back into the routine. Starting a new day, about 2 miles in, already had a 1,000-foot climb up one pass, and got a few other smaller ones coming up later today. I'm in segment 23 in the San Juans, and it's just absolutely spectacular. Everywhere you look is can't even describe it. Spent most of the day yesterday above 12,000 feet, and today will be entirely above 12,000, between 12,000 and 13,000. And I camped last night near Cataract Lake. It's a little chilly this morning, had some frost on the ground, and I expect that'll be the same tomorrow morning because of the elevation. It's a beautiful day up here, and the views are just stunning. I'm getting underway this morning. It's about 8:15, and I stayed in my bag for a little while this morning to let the sun come out and warm things up a little bit. My last two camps have been above 12,000 feet. Last night was 12,500 at an unnamed lake, and it was pretty windy last night. The campsite's really exposed, but the winds calmed down, and this morning it's very calm. The sun is out, the sky is absolutely clear, so it turned out to be a great place to camp. Today's a shorter mileage day, maybe about 9 miles to my next camp, and I will be passing the 400-mile mark, so it's starting to get real. Today is town day, and I've got about 8 or 9 miles to get to Molas Pass. From here, about 1,000 feet down to the Animas River, and then about 2,000 feet back up to Molas Pass, where I'll hitch a ride into town. And I'm looking forward to the time off and get cleaned up and ready for the final stretch to Durango. We're getting there. Back on the trail at Molas Pass. Had a good 0 day in Silverton. Got rested up and resupplied, I was actually ready to go yesterday to get back out on the trail. It's going really well, and the country down here is just spectacular. So I'm going to take my time getting to Durango. I'm excited to get there, but I want to make this last as well. Camped at Cascade Creek last night. It was a really pretty camp spot, and I know why they call it Cascade Creek, because there's a whole bunch of waterfalls in the area. That was nice to see. I am putting in a few more miles than I thought I was going to in these segments, so theoretically I could probably have finished about 2 days sooner than I had originally planned, but I'm going to stick with the plan and stay out here a couple more days and probably slow down the miles tomorrow as I go through one of the drier sections. It's just great to be out here and seeing all the beautiful scenery. Just watered up at the last water source between here and Taylor Lake, which is about 21 miles or so, 22 miles or so from here. And I've got 8 new pounds in my pack, and I can feel it. Probably carrying a little more than I would need, well, a lot more than I would need to get to Taylor Lake, but I'm not going that far because I think 22 miles is probably a stretch for me, particularly with the added weight of the water. So I'm going to go about halfway and do a dry camp. So I'm carrying what I think will be enough water for today and most of tomorrow. So I'll be glad when I get to camp tonight and I could take, well, I'll be drinking it along the way, so I'll be losing weight as I go. underway here on segment 27, and I've done about 15 miles a day since Mullis Pass the last 3 days, which is a little more than I have typically done. I also had my first equipment issue, which really wasn't an equipment issue as much as it was a boneheaded move on my part, leaving my tent stakes in Silverton. But I just cut up some of my paracord and I use that as tie downs on rocks, and luckily we're in the Rocky Mountains, so rocks are pretty easy to find, so it hasn't been really too much of an issue. Yeah, the last 3 days are going to be fairly easy mileage wise, so I'm going to be able to take my time and just enjoy the last few days on the trail. It is my last day on the trail, and I'm hiking the last 13.5 miles or so to Durango, and really a mix of emotions. I'm really excited about meeting the goal, happy about that, but then I'm sad too about leaving the simplicity of the trail life, and also leaving behind all of the spectacular scenery. It's just been incredible. Every bend in the trail, every pass reached just opens up a new stunning set of scenery, and there's just no words to describe it. I don't know, maybe the closest is just awe, just in awe of the grandeur, just the beauty of all of it. Just in awe, and it's made every step of this almost 500-mile journey absolutely worth it. There you go, Dad.